Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Intuitive Art Mediums. Thank you so much for being here for the Gemini full moon pick a card tarot reading. The Gemini full moon occurs on Thursday, December 4th at 3:14 p.m. Pacific time or 6:14 p.m. Eastern time. So please adjust to your location on the planet. I also want to mention that this Gemini full moon will be making a trine with Pluto in Aquarius. We also have Mercury in Scorpio. Even though it's still in its shadow, Mercury is direct. And the reason why I feel that this energy is going to play an important role in this full moon energy is that Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini, and Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio. So this can bring about some big transformations, changing your mind about something as you are getting more information that is helping you to make better choices. And then on Friday, December 5th, when the moon moves into Cancer, we are going to have a great water trine or a grand water trine. And we will have the moon and Jupiter both in Cancer. Mercury is in Scorpio, and we also have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, and they are still in retrograde. And this can help us to reevaluate our situation, but the trines are this beautiful flow, so I feel like that there's going to be a lot of potent synchronicities that you should be paying attention to, and that can be part of that new information that is coming in with the Gemini full moon and the trine in Pluto. So we have 3 piles to choose from. This is pile 1 with the green adventuring stone. This is pile 2 with the opalite sphere. This is pile 3 with the blue calcite stone. Take your time in choosing your pile. You may be drawn to more than one pile, and that's your intuition letting you know that there's a message for you in that pile as well. Please keep in mind that these are general tarot readings, so please only go with the messages that resonate with you. I'll begin with pile 1. There'll be timestamps down below for the other readings, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you were drawn to the green adventuring stone, welcome to your reading. We are first going to look at your 3 moon oracle cards, and then we'll dive deeper into your reading with some tarot. And we begin with the new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. Next, we have Moon Dance with Celebration. So that is your hard work paying off is a great time to celebrate that. Next, we have the last quarter moon in Leo and Lighten Up. Okay, this is a really beautiful energy of the hard work that you've been doing, celebrating that hard work, and lighten up. As you know, Capricorn can have a difficult time being light in its energy. Capricorn can be all about business and work, and it's time to celebrate your hard work. And because we have Gemini trining with Pluto in Aquarius, I want to draw a Healing Waters oracle card for you. And we'll also be having that grand water trine with when the moon moves into Cancer. and Jupiter's in Cancer. Mercury is in Scorpio, and Saturn and Neptune are both in Pisces. And we have for you Metamorphosis. What a perfect card. Embrace transformation. Things are now different. Pluto is the planet of transformation, and with that Gemini full moon trining with Pluto in Aquarius, followed by the grand water trine, things are going to flow into place. There's going to be a lot of synchronicities that are going to make things different. And that transformation is going to be permanent. Pluto tends to make permanent transformations. And Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn, even though it's in Pisces right now, along with Neptune. It's helping things to flow much easier. Okay, let's dive deeper into this with the tarot. For pile 1, we have for you, okay, 4 of Cups. Okay, this is a change, a metamorphosis. You have been tired, weary, there's uncertainty here, but then a cup comes from out of nowhere. This is a gift from the universe, that synchronicity that brings things together for you. Next, we have the 9 of Swords, the never-ending nightmare. And I do feel like that you may have been haunted about things. We have the 3 of Pentacles, where the dream team makes the dream work. This is getting the answers for that special touch, making things something uniquely yours. And then we have the moon, keeping you on track, keeping you on the path. And I do feel like with this 9 of Swords, the unconscious energies of Pluto is trying to guide you back on track, because with the moon energy, when things aren't going right, that's to get you back on track, to not go down that path where things are not going right. It's to bring you back on your path. And then we have the Tower. This is a breakthrough moment, divine intervention. So this is when things happen that's meant to be, and you're meant to listen to it. And I feel like that some of you might not listen to that at first. And so the Tower comes in and it's like, no, come back to the foundations. The 4 is a foundational card. And you might feel like that your work, all the work that you've done has been torn down, but it's bringing you back to the basics. It's helping you to simplify things. Let's get some clarifying cards on here for you. On the 4 of Cups, we have the 6 of Pentacles, receiving the resources that are needed. On the 9 of Swords, we have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, you may feel like things have fallen apart, but again, it's helping you come back to the drawing board to re-simplify things and keep things simple. Celebrate. On the 3 of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles, being patient. Be patient with yourself, with your work. It is coming together in divine timing. On the Moon, we have the 8 of Swords. Okay, your doubts and fears are creeping in again. You feel frozen in your anxiety. You are feeling stuck. And you feel like that you might be doing this all on your own. And maybe, if you're not working with the right people here with the Nine of Swords, maybe it's time to find the right people to work with, or to step back on your own and examine your own plans, your emotions. Where is this fear coming from? Because Pluto in Aquarius is asking you, where do you fit in? Because a lot of times Aquarius, it'll start something and then suddenly it feels like they're out of place. For example, you start a book club and and everybody agrees on the books that they want to read, but then suddenly you feel like the outsider. And maybe this is to urge you to be more of a supervisor, more in a place of leadership where you're overseeing, because that gives you a place kind of on the outside, but you're still involved. So maybe it's just you having to take more responsibility, because we do have Capricorn new moon here. Your hard work is paying off. And maybe it's time for you to take charge, take responsibility for your project. And if you're feeling stuck, maybe it is up to you to get things moving again, especially with that grand water trine that's going to occur over the weekend after this full moon. And then on the Tower card, we have the moon. So we have two cards coming up at the same time. We have the Three of Pentacles here showing up twice, and we have the moon showing up twice. And as I said, the moon card is about getting you back on track. When things are not going right, when you're feeling afraid, come back to the path where you know you are going, where you are meant to go, or how this plan is supposed to be carried out. And yes, maybe with new information coming in, there are adjustments to be made, and you're the one having to make those adjustments. Let's get you an oracle card from Career and Life Oracle Cards and see what advice it gives you. The full moon does help to illuminate our path. It's also a time of completion, manifestation. And we have for you a great match. You are on the verge of finding the perfect work for you. Don't give up. You may need to grow into your own business to be truly happy. So this could be you creating your own business. Maybe that hobby turns into a business. I know that a lot of people are having to be creative, and you are going to find the right people. I do feel like that you might go into a bit of a panic mode here with the Nine of Swords, but then you find the right people, the great match, and that's that grand water trine. Because trines bring things together nicely, opportunities flow nicely. However, with trines, those opportunities can be easily missed. And we do have the Knight of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles. The Knights are instigators of change. So this is encouraging you to make change and not to be afraid of the change. Your path may be changing. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have wisdom. You are called to serve as a mentor for someone, or as a role model and guide who can show the way. Use your wisdom and experience. Perhaps your new line of work is being a consultant. As I had mentioned before with Pluto in Aquarius, and Aquarius can kind of feel like the outsider, this can put you in a situation where you oversee situations, you bring in new information, you help people to see things in a new way. You're meant to lighten up here. And with the Tower card, lightening up is going to occur. It's divine timing, and it's helping you to get back on track with the Moon card, which has shown up twice. The Three of Pentacles showing up twice. This is about making something your own, going into business for yourself, and that hard work is going to pay off. There is transformation. Embrace it. If you resist it, that is why you are experiencing the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Resistance creates fear. It holds you back. Things are now different, and you're meant to adjust. Okay, let's get you a spell card first, because it is always good to do magic during the moon phases. And the full moon is about completion, illumination, helping you to find your way. And maybe part of that completion is seeing your new path, or the path that is now opening up for you. Here we have resourcefulness, and it says make your own sigils. Okay, choose a word you want to embody, like wealth, trust, or focus. Break down the words into the shapes that make it up. The zigzag of the W, the curve of an S, the loop of an O. Rearrange those shapes artistically, forming intricate patterns inside a larger shape, like a triangle, a circle, a square, or star. Sigils can be inscribed into candles, posted on your door, or even tucked into a phone case to carry your intentions with you all day. And with that grand trine, you may be encouraged to making a sigil in the form of a triangle. Okay, now let's get you some tea leaf cards. Okay, we have the Fox. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay, confirmation on being resourceful. Being strategic. Next, we have the Carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. Okay, some of you might be going on a mental journey with the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, and finding that place in your mind where the ideas flow, getting back on track. And sometimes this can lead you to a journey, a physical journey, taking a journey into nature, on the woods, maybe doing a full moon hike in nature. Next, we have a bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. And finally, the butterfly, a change for the better. I think that this confirms your whole reading, pile 1. There is change. You're meant to embrace it. You are going to find success. You're meant to celebrate the success, and things are going to fall into place for you. There's a great match with the new people that you're working with, or maybe these are friends that you've known for a long time, and you come together to create a new business. So beautiful reading, pile 1. I'm going to end your reading here. Please let me know down in the comments below what you think. Hopefully this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like. Feel free to subscribe, as it does help this channel. Until next time, take care and blessed be, my friends. Hello, pile 2. If you are drawn to the opalite sphere, welcome to your reading. So we're going to begin your reading by looking at your 3 Moonology Oracle cards, and then we'll dive deeper in some more cards. So we start off with Moon Maybe, intuition. Okay, you are meant to follow your intuition, to tune into your intuition, listen to it, maybe develop ways to communicate with your intuition, and maybe you are becoming more aware of your own intuition. Next, we have the full moon, surrender to the divine. Your intuition is connected with the divine, and divinity is communicating with you at this time, and you're meant to listen to that. Next, we have the full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. So you are meant to take action on your intuition. It's guiding you to something divine. And because we have a trine with the Gemini full moon and Pluto in Aquarius, and then we will have a grand water trine over the weekend with when the moon moves into Cancer. We also have Jupiter in Cancer. Scorpio is direct in, Mercury is direct in Scorpio. And then we have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, making up that grand water trine. So let's see what messages we have. Cosmic ocean, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. Okay, the full moon does represent a completion, and with every completion, there is a new beginning. And Neptune is also known as Poseidon, so we have that oceanic energy, the cosmic ocean, and it's helping you to feel the gentle vibrations that are rippling to you. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the sacred well, replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty, giving of yourself, having your energy replenished. You are part of this cosmic ocean, and you are channeling this cosmic ocean. And in order to allow that flow, you have to surrender to it. It's not something you can hold on to, or it can confuse you. It can fragment you and cause confusion if you don't surrender and just go with the flow. Think of it as a river, and you have to go with the current and intuitively go with that flow. Let's get you a card from Career and Life Oracle. And we have for you, taking steps. Action is key to getting where you need to go. You can't wait around. Take a step in any direction to get unstuck and find opportunities. So doing nothing is the enemy. Surrender to the flow. There are new beginnings, current dreams, future realities. Take inspired action, taking those steps. At the bottom of the deck, we have long-term. An opportunity could turn into a long-term career move, or you will be asked to commit to a position in exchange for more money. It could be both. It is the Gemini full moon after all, and Gemini has that duality. Pluto brings about transformations, and it's helping you to take those inspired steps into something new. Okay, let's dive deeper into this reading with the tarot. Okay, we begin with the Three of Cups. Celebration, this is very good. Social gatherings, and it could be in a social gathering that new ideas, maybe it's a new friendship that comes about. Maybe you're meeting new friends. Next, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knights are instigators of change. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of patience, but it's also about planting your seeds for future manifestations, knowing that planting your seeds, taking that first step in planting your seeds is the beginning of their growth. They have to be planted before they can manifest. Next, we have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of evaluation and discernment. This, I feel, is bringing endings, separating you from your doubts and fears, maybe separating you from an old career for a better career, separating you from toxic situations, toxic people. Again, we have new beginnings, and you're meant to take inspired action, and that inspired action could be severing the cords from toxicity. This could also be your own toxic thoughts, that negative self-talk that brings doubts into your mind. Where is that coming from? And maybe you need to do that little bit of shadow work, because we do have Gemini full moon trining with Pluto in Aquarius, going into the underworld. Mercury is in Scorpio, and Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio. So maybe you are meant to find out where these doubts and fears are coming from so you can separate yourself from it. Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This does bring about a shift. You know, bringing new beginnings, current dreams. This is, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning. And when you let go of your doubts and fears, or toxic thoughts, negative self-talk, toxic people, situations, it's going to turn the wheel. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. This is about, stop focusing on your weaknesses. Do you have someone in your life that keeps bringing up those weaknesses, that keeps bringing up, oh, you can't do that, how are you going to do that, you don't have the money to do that? The Five of Pentacles is about taking those steps. Notice that they are taking steps, and that this person is helping this other person to come into the sanctuary of the Five of Pentacles. Taking steps, take inspired action, get out of the cold and get into the sanctuary where it's warm and welcoming. I do feel like that this is associated with the Queen of Swords because the Queen of Swords can be cold. But again, that coldness is pushing you into the sanctuary where you might find other like-minded others, where you can celebrate and be grateful for what you do have. So you have shelter, warmth. There's a sanctuary. Everything you need is in there. The Five of Pentacles can also make you feel like an outsider. You've been abandoned. The Queen of Swords can also, maybe you feel like other people have abandoned you. Don't abandon yourself. Let's get some clarifying cards here with the Everyday Witch Tarot. Okay, on the Three of Cups, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this could be holding on too tightly to what you have. You do have a good foundation, and it is out of fear that you are holding on tightly, because the Four of Pentacles can be miserly or stingy kind of energy. Maintaining your creature comforts. Now, this is also a card of being careful with your finances. So you might need to take those inspired steps to being more careful with your finances. On the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Three of Swords. Okay, this is a card of healing, forgiveness, because it's a card of betrayal. And maybe that's why you feel that you have to hold on to what you have because you've been betrayed in the past. The Knight of Pentacles can be a card of inertia and stagnation. But let this be a moment where you heal. Maybe you need to take a few moments to acknowledge your own heartache. Even the Queen of Swords can be that separation, and it could be this Three of Swords that encourages you to get out of these toxic situations. Pain helps us to move away from painful situations. On the Queen of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, this is a blessing in disguise. This is something ending so you can have a new beginning. Surrender to the divine and take inspired action, taking those steps to move out of the cold with that Five of Pentacles. You're moving out of the cold into the sanctuary. On the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Four of Wands. This is a card of celebration, reaching the finish line, celebrating. This could be a marriage, promotion, coming together, creating a new business. The Wheel of Fortune, because here, you know, take a step in any direction to get unstuck and find opportunities. And that's the Wheel of Fortune that is saying, when you take a step in any direction, celebration, the right opportunities are going to come to you and unfold. On the Five of Pentacles, we have the Five of Pentacles. And see how these people, they have their light. They're not lost in the darkness. And they are moving towards the sanctuary where they will find warmth and comfort. And this is, maybe things have been uncomfortable for you. Maybe you do feel like that you've been abandoned. And with the Five of Pentacles on the Five of Pentacles, this is asking you to surrender to the divine and don't resist, because when you resist, that's where you feel lost, abandoned, left out in the cold. If other people have abandoned you, if they've left you out in the cold, then that's a sign that they're not meant to be in your life any longer. You're meant to move forward into this sanctuary, into a new adventure. You don't necessarily know what's in that sanctuary, but it is there. It is inviting you to come in. It's inviting everyone that's left out in the cold to come in to the warm. Okay, let's get you a spell card. See what is being illuminated, what's manifesting for you. Okay, self-care. Taking care of yourself. Okay. Anxiety prevention pouch. And maybe you're going to need that because you do have the Three of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles on the Five of Pentacles. Things have shifted. You might feel like you're in a financial pinch that is causing this anxiety. So this might be very helpful for you. If you know you're walking into a situation that will stress you out, prepare for it magically as well as mentally. Fill a little pouch with 3 to 5 of these anxiety-busting ingredients. In any combination: soil, black salt, turquoise, clear quartz, amethyst, valerian, lemon balm, chamomile, lavender. Carry the pouch in your pocket to ward off worry. Okay, so you might already have some of these ingredients in your possession already. Utilize what you have with that Four of Pentacles on this Three of Cups and celebrate, hey, I have these ingredients to help me get through this challenging situation. And remember, on the bottom of the water, healing waters, we have the sacred well. Replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty. Well, you got to make sure that you give to yourself first so that you can be more helpful to others. With the Five of Pentacles on the Five of Pentacles, this might be going into a retreat. Let's get you some tea leaf cards. Okay, here we go. We have the Lobster, a financial pinch. Okay, we talked about that with the Four of Pentacles. Next, we have the Archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. We have new beginnings, taking inspired action, taking those steps. Doing nothing isn't going to get you to move forward. Next, we have Lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. That can be the Queen of Swords and the Three of Pentacles there, because it's only human to get angry when we feel betrayed, when we feel abandoned, separated from what we knew. And the Five of Pentacles is that abandonment. And this anxiety prevention pouch will help you control that anger. Whenever you feel anger, hold on to that pouch. And if you have herbs in there, maybe crush the herbs a little bit and inhale the aroma. Next, we have bat, take care. Enemies are working against you. Again, that can be the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, but that is coming to an end because we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a blessing in disguise. So these people have revealed themselves to you and you sever connections with them. And next we have the four-leaf clover. When you let go of those negative situations, great and good fortune can then be yours. And then finally, we have the peacock. Beware of great pride. Okay, maybe the people that are betraying you are being prideful and they feel like you're not good enough to hang out with them. Well, sever those ties. Let them go because you will be better off without them, because otherwise they're just going to keep betraying you. And you're ready for a new beginning. Yes, you might be in a financial pinch, but you have new opportunities and possibilities and paths opening up to you. These negative situations are just meant to help you get back on track to your path of success, because great and good fortune is awaiting you. I'm going to end your reading here, pile 2. I hope that you found it helpful and inspiring. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Likes always help this channel to grow, and please feel free to subscribe to this channel. And until next time, take care and blessed be, my friends. Hello, pile 3. If you were drawn to the blue calcite, welcome to your reading. We are first going to look at your 3 Moonology Oracle cards first, and then we'll dive deeper into the reading. First, we have the first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Next, we have your commitment is being tested. That could be why you need to release control, because when we're trying to hold too tightly, the energy doesn't flow. And then we have howl at the moon. Process your feelings. So maybe this Gemini full moon, you need to go out and howl at that full moon and release some of that primal energy. Wake up that primal energy. And sometimes just howling at the moon helps with that release of control and get things flowing, get your feelings flowing again. Your commitment is being tested. Is this a commitment to your plans, your career, to another person? Only you know how you are being tested. Okay, let's get you a Healing Waters card, because we do have this Gemini full moon trining with Pluto in Aquarius. And then over the weekend, we are still experiencing the energy of that Gemini full moon, even though the moon moves into Cancer, and it is home because Cancer is the ruling sign, or I should say the moon is the ruling planet of Cancer. And Jupiter is in Cancer. We also have Mercury, which is the ruling planet of Gemini, of this full moon. And that's going to be in Scorpio. Mercury's in Scorpio. And then we have Saturn and Neptune both in Pisces. So we have this grand water trine going on. So let's take a look at the healing waters. How is this grand water trine healing you? And we have for you, let it rain. And to me, this is releasing that control, allowing what is, inevitability, and trust. So when you release control, you're allowing that energy to flow, which is going to help you to process your feelings. Maybe you're holding on to something emotionally, and that's what's holding you back. And at the bottom of the deck, we have she who flows, ease, being open to change, go with the flow of life. Confirmation to what I was saying. Now let's get you a card from Career and Life Oracle. And we have for you, protection. You are being protected from deceit and from situations that no longer serve you. Lie low for a while and you will be shown the truth. That, I feel, is how your commitment is being tested, as well as releasing control. The bottom of the deck, we have limitations. Obstacles are not what they seem. You can get around them with some careful thought, or simply choose something better for you. So as I was saying, sometimes that fear, that resistance to releasing control is actually holding you back from something better coming into your life. You are meant to trust and allow what is. It is attached to your emotions. What emotions, what doubts and fears are holding you back? Because you are protected. Maybe it is because you've been betrayed. Others have deceived you, and you're afraid to move forward because you don't trust anyone. Well, now is the time to trust yourself and make a commitment to yourself. Let's dive deeper into this with the tarot. You know, Gemini is a sign of duality. And that could be, you know, part of that back and forth in your mind. We are still in the shadow of that Mercury retrograde, even though it has gone forward. You know, Mercury is in Scorpio. It's in the underworld. It's in the subconscious. It's trying to bring something forth. And it's stirring up some of your doubts and fears that have been down there, that now is the time to process. So we begin with the Queen of Swords. Yes, it's time to sever the cords, to separate yourself from those doubts and fears. The Queen of Swords is a card of separation, lost. It could also be divorce. Next, we have the Eight of Cups, walking away from something. Again, your commitment is being tested. Maybe you have to allow the other person to walk away from you. Let them go. Because something better is coming in for you. And we have the Four of Cups. This has left you feeling frustrated, just tired. And it's not unusual going through this situation to feel exhausted, to feel at a loss. It's like, I don't know where to go. I'm going to sit here and process your feelings. It's the Four of Cups. The cups are about your emotions, but the Queen of Swords is also a queen of discernment, evaluation, clarity of mind. Her sword is above the clouds. You are going to get clarity. You just have to release that control. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Sometimes just getting into work, being creative, it helps you to stop thinking about your pain that you might be feeling. Maybe you're the one that's walking away from a situation. This could also be career, a job that, doesn't fulfill you, or maybe it let you go. The Eight of Pentacles is helping you to find your way, trying out new things, being creative. We have an artist palette here. So maybe there is working on projects, getting better at something that you enjoy doing. And then we have the Ace of Staffs. This is beautiful. This is a new beginning. You are now inspired. So maybe you do have to try a few different things here with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is having several projects or working on the same thing, practicing, getting better at what you're doing, and then you can begin in inspired action. You are protected. And look at this, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles with golden opportunities. And I do feel like that is important for you to have that. There is a new opportunity here for you with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, denoting truly a new beginning, a golden opportunity. Okay, let's get some clarifying cards here for you. Even with this Four of Cups, the Three of Cups in the background, you may have tried, a few different things, but then a synchronicity comes in, a new cup comes in that fulfills you, but you're unsure about trying it because you've experienced this deceit in the past and you don't want to fall into that again. But you are being asked to commit to yourself and allowing what is, and process your feelings. Allow your feelings. Don't deny them. Okay, on the Queen of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, now we have three aces here. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. The Healing Cup. Your cup is overflowing. This is like the Holy Grail. And the Eight of Cups, we have the Three of Cups. Okay, you're going to take this Ace of Cups and celebrate with those that matter to you. Here with the Three of Cups, we have the Maiden, Mother, and Crone. This could be me, myself, and I that you are celebrating with. That you've walked away. Maybe if this was a marriage that didn't work out, or a relationship that didn't work out, a career that didn't work out, celebrate that and let it go. Celebrate the letting go of that. Celebrate the release of that. It's no longer controlling you. On the Four of Cups, we have the Moon. Okay, with the Moon, things don't appear as they really are. And it's asking you to stay on your path. And you will find your success. When things aren't going right, or when things are scary to you, because with that full moon, we have the moon shadows, but the full moon illuminates our path. Your path is being illuminated. On the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Six of Swords. This is a card of strategy, but it can also be a card of deceit. You know, this is a person who has snuck into the enemy camps and has stolen all of their swords so they can't battle them the next morning. And it's also meant to have fun. You know, you got away from a negative situation. You're able to move forward now. You're protected now. The enemies cannot come after you because you took all their swords. And that is protecting you. On the Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knights are instigators of change, and this is slow and steady process. Processing your feelings, planting your seeds, and allowing them to grow. It has to go through the process, just as your feelings have to go through a process. First, you have to acknowledge them. And then you can allow them to flow and release that control. Don't hold back your tears. Don't hold back your screams. Go out and howl at the moon. You will feel much better. It will awaken something primal deep inside of you. And that is the commitment to yourself. You deserve the best. You deserve the best that is yet to come. Let's get you a everyday spell card to see what is manifesting, what is being illuminated for you with this Gemini full moon. And it is trining with Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is about transformation. And it's about permanent transformation. And here we have attraction. Like attracts like. Attract prosperity into your life. Keep a jar for your loose coins and small bills. Every time you add to it, say, with this, I add to my abundance. Abundance flows to me. For an extra boost, decorate the jar with green or gold paint, stickers or ribbons. Whatever feels right to you. During Halloween, I had a little jack-o'-lantern tea light lantern, and I would toss in, you know, some loose dollar bills and just toss it in there. And I would have, you know, I would also write a positive affirmation and toss it in there with the money to, you know, after I read it, to create more positive energy. And I still continue to have, you know, abundance flowing into me. I toss my loose change into a little green candy dish. And that's also another positive way to, you know, create more abundance, because you are growing abundance. Every time you toss your loose change into your money dish, your abundance is growing. And when you need it, you can take some out and do what you need, or maybe treat yourself, take care of yourself, invest in yourself. Maybe it's investing in a project that you want to do. And I also feel that with this Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, that any projects that you're working on, maybe keep it to yourself for now until you're ready to share it with others. Okay, let's get you some tea leaf cards. Okay. And we begin with the Camel. Persevere and you will overcome problems. Okay, I think that goes very well with the reading that you have here, pile 3. Next we have Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. That can be part of processing your feelings, allowing what is, and trusting the process. Maybe making that commitment to yourself, giving yourself a break so that you can reset your mind, your emotions, and then take action. Next we have Ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So this is a commitment. Commitment is being tested, and it can either be romantic or it could be a business commitment. But that comes after taking a vacation, physically or mentally, and you reset your mind. Okay, then we have August. And the card that we have with August, we have Bouquet, compliments from an admirer. Okay, so that could occur in August of 2026. And we also will have Jupiter moving into Leo in mid or late July, in Leo season. And that is the end of July to August, mid-August. So there could be an admirer coming up, you know, and maybe a marriage taking place, you know, because August is right between here, between, well, August is between the Ring and the Bouquet. And there's attraction, there's money. Maybe you're attracting a partner who is wealthy. Or maybe you're the wealthy partner and you're attracting true love. It's going to be different for each of you, but there is a positive outcome coming in for you. So I'm going to end your reading here, pile 3. I hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Again, this could be celebrating a new job, making you feel better about yourself. Could also be attracting a new partner or both. Maybe it's a good business partner that turns into a romance. Again, it's going to be different for each and every one of you, but you are going to feel safe and protected. Until next time, take care and blessed be, my friends.